Coach Dion, the common question for you post match day: any immediate injury update after the game, and then obviously with Cheslin Colby, what's his status currently?
Nathan, we traveled yesterday. Today we had extensive meetings where we discussed different areas of our game. We had a thorough walkthrough. All the players, all the guys with niggles were involved in terms of that. Tomorrow we'll hit the field running, and we will have clarity on all the injuries, all the niggles. Everyone is assessed at this current moment. So tomorrow morning, when we hit the field, we will know exactly where we stand.
Thanks, Coach Dion. Then the last one, Franco, you guys had time now to do a review. What will you guys be looking to improve, or let me say, are the work cons for the second leg against Australia?
Hello. I think we can definitely improve on our discipline. I think our discipline let us down a bit, but we will, like Coach Dion said, we had to travel today, and we did our reviews this morning and stuff like that. So tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow we focus on the next week, the weekend coming, and hopefully we can improve on all the set pieces and all the situations in the game.
Thank you, Franco. Right, we move on to Heinz Schenk. You up next?
Thanks, Rowan. Evening, gents. Dion, I just actually wanted to ask sort of, I think Franco sort of touched on it as well, but there's always a lot of talk, that even though the set pieces is the foundation for any team's, approach and stuff, there seems to be a lot of focus on the Springboks, probably because you guys are so good at it, in general and stuff. So I just wanted to ask, what is the key to recovering? Maybe that's the wrong word. To dealing with a situation like last weekend where it felt that most 50-50 calls, went against you guys, and there was a lot of talk of set piece dominance at the scrums, not being rewarded and that type of thing. Given how important, the set pieces is to the South African way of playing, how do you guys just deal with being so almost unrewarded, during a game? Is it just moving on, acknowledging that discipline needs to improve, or is it sometimes disheartening to see so much hard work almost going unrewarded?
Hi, Heinz. Set pieces is a very important part of our game. Talking about scrums, scrums is an area which are very difficult to officiate. And I think the important thing for us looking back is that we just need to make sure that there's alignment between the pictures that we see as coaches and the pictures that the referees have seen, so that going forward we understand in terms of how we need to interpret and what is the areas that we need to work on. You rightly say the calls can go anywhere, but it's very competitive, and I feel for the referees and for the players in terms of the calls that they have to make, and also in terms of the reward that is expected in those specific areas. But looking back at today, I mean, we had clear discussions in terms of that. There was also a brief discussions with the referees in terms of their interpretation, and I think going forward we will have a better understanding in terms of what we need to do to ensure that we get rewarded going forward.
Thank you, Dion. Right, the next question will come from Ashfaq Mohammed.
Thanks, Ryan. Hi, Dion and Franco. Perhaps to both of you, when the Boks play the Wallabies, Sia spoke last week about the record in Australia not being that good. And it's almost like, certainly from fans' perspective on social media, there's a bit of underestimating them. I'm not saying you guys are underestimating them, but perhaps on the field, the Wallabies often come with these tricks and different. You spoke about pictures at scrum times. They try and just do things differently to get you off your game. Do you think perhaps the players could have reacted differently on the pitch instead of you didn't get your reward, but you stick into your way of doing things, but it's just not working?
Yeah, so listen, we had extensive discussions around certain areas in the game that we thought that we need to overcome to get proper results. and we prepared accordingly to that. But first of all, I think we would be first to say that, listen, this was maybe not our best performance. If you look at the different areas of the game, not our best performance in terms of individual performance, but also in terms of team performances. But all credit to the Wallabies, who I think is a well-coached side, and really the things that they worked out for them on the day. We also had a lot of opportunities, and if we used that opportunities right, I mean, the result could have been different, and we would have. I mean, we've lost the game post the 80 minutes, and then we could have looked differently into that. I think throughout the game, through those challenging situations, the players searched for solutions. But yeah, I think having experienced that now, looking forward into the next week, I'm confident that the players will handle whatever is thrown at them differently, and maybe we get a better result.
Thank you, Dion. Right, Craig Lewis, you're up next.
Thanks, Ray. How's it, guys? Dion, there's been quite a lot made of the goal kicking after the weekend. I was just wondering what your thoughts were in that regard. What's been the response from Andre Pollard? Does he still have your full backing in terms of you believing he'll come right with his place kicking, or are you working on any backup plans? Just touching on that, please.
Yeah, obviously that's an area that we did discuss and we look at. But Andre Pollard is a professional rugby player. He's a quality individual on and off the field. He's the first guy that put up his hand and said that, listen, he didn't perform, or he wasn't at song with his kicking game on the day. But we know what he can do, and we know that. He's a guy that takes pride in the way he does things, and so we're confident that he will correct that, and he will work hard on that in order to improve in that specific area. So yeah, we look at a collective in terms of who's in the squad and what the challenges are going forward, and we will make a decision accordingly.
Thank you, Dion. Right. Our following question will Katulo.
Hello, Dion. Hello, Franco. Dion, I just want to know from you, within the travels and seeing how congested the Springbok schedule is over the season, have you given any thoughts on the suggestion of World Rugby having a World Cup every 2 years? Do you have any thoughts around that? And then to Franco, just the mental state in the Springbok camp at the moment after getting the loss against the Wallabies, given your stats there already.
Now, to be honest, we did not talk about that at all. Our main focus up till now was just preparing for this rugby championship. That's where our focus are, and also looking back in terms of the games that we had before, the series that we came through. That is the only things that is now in our mind, is preparing very well for this game and for the next two games against New Zealand.
Thank you, Dion. Right. I see Morgan Pick.
How's it, Sos? I just wanted to find out, what's the feedback of the players? Are you guys feeling more settled that you've got your first away test out the way now? One that was in front of crowds, something that a lot of the guys weren't used to.
I think it's something. I think a lot of guys wasn't expecting that what happened on the weekend. Like I said yesterday, it still stays a rapid game. The ball can bounce anyway. Sometimes your plans doesn't work. Sometimes your plan do work. And unfortunately, the ball didn't bounce our way. So credits to Australia. They were I think they were a bit hungrier than us, but we will work hard this week to win the week, and hopefully we can come back stronger next weekend. And the boys are very confident and very positive, and that's a good sign on a Monday morning.
Thank you. Right, Leighton Koopman.
Thank you, Ryan. Hi, Dion. This is just for you. Have you guys discussed at all? I know the team's being announced tomorrow, but have you guys discussed at all the change of the bench, especially looking at the three loose forwards that were on? Did that 6-2 split work for you with three loose forwards? And not with a specialist lock on the bench as well. Has there been discussions around that?
Ali, Dennis, we do have a specialist lock that was converted into flank sitting next to me. If you look at the flow of the game and how close we came to winning the game and the impact that those three players have brought when we've replaced our starting loose trio, I think it worked for us, and is something that we will definitely consider for this upcoming game. There might be changes, but looking overall in terms of what our thought process was behind it, and how we saw the challenges that Australia will bring to the game, I think those three players they've made an impact when they came onto the field.
Thank you, Dion. Right, Kevin Rich.
Thanks, Ryan. Franco, just listening to the conversation that's gone on so far, I sort of feel like we're sort of almost like in familiar territory, in the sense that we were here like after the World Cup opening game in 2019, and also after the first test against the British Lions, where you basically need to win the remaining games to win the championship. And you also, in this particular game, was similar to the Lions as well, in the sense that you scored 3 tries to 1, so you actually really dominated the game. You guys did win the game in a sense, and yet you really were off your game as well. I think you'd probably agree with that. Surely that's also an encouraging sign. That you could actually have your off day, and you should still have won. If Polly had kicked his goals and Damien had kicked that one, you would have still won.
Yeah, like I said, it stays a game. Rugby is a funny game. You can be on your best and you can still lose. It's just the balance of the ball. It's just, and it's when teams are capitalizing. If you get stupid penalties away and they capitalize, and then you find yourself 3 points ahead, and then 6 points ahead, and then so it builds up. But like I said, like you say, we know where we are. We know we have been in this situation before, so we know where to go from here, and that's a positive.
Thanks.
Thank you. Percy Young, you're up now.
Rian, ek sê vir jou baie dankie. Ek is net bekommer oor my tegnologie, gaan my 'n bietjie in die steek laat, maar nietemin, goeiedag sê coach Dion Davids, goeiedag sê Franco Moster. Dion, kan ek net vinnig vir jou vra vinnig? Dit sal waarskynlik 'n understatement wees om te sê dat die rol van 'n losskakel was duidelik benadruk die afgelope Sondag in daai toets tussen Suid-Afrika en Australië. Het julle enigstens gepraat oor, en Dion, die tweede deel van daai vraag is dan, is daar enigstens rede vir julle om verstellings te maak aan byvoorbeeld aan die rol van julle huidige losskaker en byvoorbeeld 'n speler soos Damien Willemse? Het hulle twee rede om bekommerd te wees oor die span? Ryan, kan ek vir Mostert 'n vraag van in Afrikaans?
Yes.
Percy, jy mag, maar laat Dion eers sy vraag antwoord asseblief. Baie dankie.
Ja, Percival, natuurlijk assesseer ons die hele vertoning van die span en ons bespreek natuurlijk die areas wat ons voel ons goed gedoen het en ook die areas waarop ons kan verbeter. So stelskopwerk is definitief een van die areas, onze dissipline is definitief een van die areas, so ook ons kyk na onze verdediging, ons kyk na onze algemene skoptaktiek op die veld. So dit is al areas, dit is al die areas waarna ons kyk om te kyk waarop ons kan verbeter. As ons praat oor die spelers in die span, ek dink André Pollard is 'n ervare speler en ek dink hy het die vermoë en die ervaring om dit wat nie vir hom gewerk het hierdie naweek reg te stel. As ons praat oor Damian Willemse, ons weet Damian Willemse is 'n talentvolle speler. Ek dink ook mens moet ook verder kyk as net moontlik hierdie wedstryd. Jy weet Damian is 'n veelsidige speler. Hy het ook Saterdag in die wedstryd vir ons baie beteken aan die einde om 'n sekere 3 te red. En natuurlik ook ons dink in die toekoms. Ek dink een van die belangrikste dinge was sedert ons aanstelling in 2020 was om die Britse en Ierse Leeu Tour te wen, voor dit was om die Wêreldbeker te wen en natuurlik alhoewel ons korttermyn doelwitte het met om die rugby kampioenskappe te wen of om goed te vaar op die einde van die jaar toer, is die eintlike plan om te werk na die volgende Wêreldbeker en om dit te kan doen moet jy ervaring bou in sekere posisies en met die spelers in die groep. En ek dink die ervaring wat Damian en ook ander spelers soos Herschel en Apelele Fasiele in hierdie kompetisie opdoen, gaan vir hulle belangrike lesse leer om wat hulle beter gaan toerus vir dit wat vir hulle voorlê, sou ons hulle nodig het in 'n kompetisie soos die Wêreldbeker. So ja, Damian het daar die stelskop gemis, maar ek dink daar is soveel goeie kwaliteite in hom as speler dat ek dink 'n mens moet na die globale prentjie kyk en wat hy vir die span en vir Suid-Afrikaanse rugby kan bied vorentoe.
Baie dankie Dion. Percy, jy kan nou jou vraag vra aan Franco.
Baie dankie meneer Derranse, baie dankie vir die antwoord meneer Davids. Meneer Mostert, kan ek net vinnig vra dan, dit is weer eens voorhand liggend. Dit was 'n vreeslike fisiese wedstryd voorlangs geweest en aan Suid-Afrikaanse rugby is bekend daarvoor dat hulle redelik fisies is. Dink julle daar gaan 'n bietjie van 'n planverandering moet wees hierdie naweek dat julle net 'n bietjie 'n notch hoër moet gaan wat die fisieke aspek van die spel aanbetref?
Nee, ek dink ons gaan verander aan ons plan nie. Ek dink ons sal 'n groot verandering maak. Alles het gewerk vir ons wat ons wou doen. Ons kan net bietjie skerper raak op ons exits en ons kan net skerper raak op al ons goeders wat ons doen, op cleaning, ball carriers, alles wat ons net doen in die game. Ons kan net skerper raak op dit en ek glo dat dit sal baie goed gaan met ons die naweek.
Baie dankie Percy. Is dit jou vraag in Afrikaans Percy voor ons aanbeweeg?
Ek sê vir baie dankie meneer Derranse.
Thank you, Percy. Heinz, I see your hand is still up.
Yeah, thanks, Ryan. I also wanted to ask an Afrikaans one for Sous, please.
That's fine. You can go ahead. You can.
Thank you. Franco, daar's baie ouens wat altyd praat, veral Slotte, jy weet, wat sê dat hulle vind nie die switch, jy weet, na steelkant toe, jy weet, fundamenteel te moeilik nie, omdat jy weet, daar baie ooreenstemming is met die posisies en dinge. Ek het maar net gewonder of ek net kan hoor, hoe was jou journey vir jou hierdie afgelope seisoen, jy weet, in die nommer 7 try, jy weet, geniet jy dit? Is dit vir jou 'n interessante nuwe uitdaging? Is dit 'n uitdaging? En ook gegeewe, jy weet, daar was baie groot gritty, jy weet, tipe gevoel aan die Britse en Ierse Leeu's reeks. Het jy die verlede naweek se wedstryd, jy weet, veral gegeewe die Wallabies se reputasie dat hulle lostreus vinniger, jy weet, en snappier is, jy weet, het jy daai uitdaging, jy weet, ondervind, jy weet, en ja, hoe was die journey net tot dusver?
Ja, nee, ek moet sê, die journey is ongelooflik. Eerstens, ek dink hier's nie een ou wat ek dink enige ou sal enige nommer speel net om in daai 23 te wees, ewen net om in die groep te wees, is net amazing. Tweedens is 'n ou soos om oor te vat by 'n ou soos Pieter Steff te tooi wat 'n briljante rugby speler is en wat so goed is in flank, en dit was vir my 'n groot eer gewees om probeer sy skoene vol te staan. Ek kan maar net my beste gee en hopelik maak ek hom ook trots deur die manier wat ek speel en deur die manier wat ek die 7 try dra, en dit gaan vir al die Springbokke buite wat al daai try gedra het. Ek wil net almal trots maak en ek wil my spanmaats trots maak, my familie. Ek dink die aanpassing was glad nie moeilik geweest nie. Ek dink die coaches wat my geback het en coach Jacques en coach Dion wat my geback het om my daar te kies, wys net vir my dat hulle positief vir my is en dit maak net vir my ook makliker. So ja, dit was baie lekker en die journey sover is net ongelooflik.
Thank you, Franco. Just for the benefit of our English audience, Franco was asked just to elaborate on his journey from his transition from lock to flank. And he obviously referenced Pieter Steph de Toey being a world-class player and a class act to follow in his footsteps. And that Franco just say that whenever he steps onto the field, he just want to make the Springboks proud. Doesn't matter the number on his back, which position he plays, and that he's enjoying the journey so far. Ladies and gents, thank you very much.
Rayan,
yep.
Are you finished? I had my hand up for one last question. Sorry.
Oh, okay, Kevin, you can go ahead. Thank you. We still have a few minutes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry, it was just something I just suddenly thought of. You guys were talking about being off your game this last weekend. I thought that Argentina were also very off their game against the All Blacks. I know you don't want to make excuses, but just to me it seemed